Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here's a list of 100 civil engineering interview questions along with their answers, tailored for 2024 and 2025. Technical questions. 1. What is the difference between a footing and a foundation? Footing is a structural component that supports and distributes the load from a building to the foundation. Foundation refers to the entire system that supports a building, including the footings. 2. Can you explain the difference between axial and lateral loads? Axial loads, forces that act along the length of a structural member, compressive or tensile forces. Lateral loads, forces that act perpendicular to the length of a member, wind or seismic forces. 3. What is the purpose of reinforcement in concrete structures? Reinforcement, usually steel bars, provides tensile strength and improves the ductility and durability of concrete structures, which are inherently weak in tension. 4. What are the different types of foundations? Common types include shallow foundations, for example, spread footings, strip footings, and deep foundations, for example, piles, caisson. 5. Explain the term load-bearing capacity in civil engineering. Load-bearing capacity is the maximum load that a foundation or structural component can support without failure. 6. What is the significance of the water-cement ratio in concrete? The water-cement ratio determines the strength and durability of concrete. A lower ratio leads to higher strength but can make the mix less workable. 7. Describe the process of soil compaction. Soil compaction involves applying mechanical force to increase soil density and reduce air voids, improving the soil's load-bearing capacity and stability. 8. What are the different types of retaining walls? Types include gravity walls, cantilever walls, anchored walls, and counterfort walls. 9. What is meant by bearing capacity of soil? Bearing capacity is the maximum load per unit area that the soil can support without experiencing shear failure. 10. Explain the difference between static and dynamic loads. Static loads are constant over time, for example, dead loads, while dynamic loads vary with time, for example, wind loads, earthquake forces. 11. What are the factors affecting the foundation type? Factors include soil properties, load requirements, site conditions, and environmental factors. 12. What is a moment of inertia and why is it important? Moment of inertia is a property of a cross-section that indicates its resistance to bending. It's crucial for determining how a structural element will respond to bending loads. 13. Describe the process of designing a reinforced concrete beam. The process involves calculating loads, determining the required reinforcement based on bending moments and shear forces, and ensuring compliance with design codes. 14. What is the significance of the modulus of elasticity in civil engineering? It measures a material's ability to deform under stress and is used to assess the stiffness of structural elements. 15. What are the common types of construction joints in concrete structures? Types include expansion joints, contraction joints, and construction joints. 16. How do you determine the shear strength of a material? Shear strength can be determined through laboratory tests, such as the shear test, and is influenced by factors like material type and loading conditions. 17. What is the difference between bearing and settlement in foundation design? Bearing refers to the ability of the soil to support loads, while settlement is displacement of a structure due to load. 18. What are the different types of bridge bearings? Types include elastomeric bearings, pot bearings, and sliding bearings. 19. Explain the term hydraulic gradient and its relevance. The hydraulic gradient is the rate of change of hydraulic head per unit distance. It's crucial for understanding water flow in soils and design of drainage systems. 20. What is the purpose of a shear wall in a building? Shear walls provide lateral stability by resisting horizontal forces due to wind or earthquakes. Behavioral and situational questions. 21. Can you describe a challenging project you worked on and how you handled it? Focus on a specific project, the challenges you faced, and the steps you took to overcome them. Highlight your problem-solving skills and teamwork. 22. How do you prioritize tasks when working on multiple projects? Discuss your time management strategies, such as creating to-do lists, setting deadlines, and prioritizing tasks based on urgency and importance. 23. Describe a time when you had to work with a difficult team member. Explain how you address the issue professionally, focusing on communication and finding common ground. 24. How do you ensure the quality of your work? Emphasize your attention to detail, adherence to standards and codes, and quality control measures. 25. Tell us about a time when you had to make a quick decision under pressure. Provide an example demonstrating your decision-making process and how you handled the situation effectively. 26. How do you stay updated with the latest trends and technologies in civil engineering? Mention resources like professional journals, online courses, industry conferences, and networking with peers. 27. Describe a situation where you had to manage a tight deadline. Discuss your planning, organization, and time management skills to meet the deadline successfully. 28. How do you handle constructive criticism? Explain that you view it as an opportunity for growth and provide examples of how you've applied feedback to improve your work. 29. Have you ever had to deal with a project that was not going as planned? How did you handle it? Discuss your problem-solving approach, including re-evaluating the plan, communicating with stakeholders, and making necessary adjustments. 30. How do you manage project budgets and resources? Talk about your experience with budgeting, resource allocation, and cost control measures. Project management and planning. 31. What is your approach to project scheduling? Describe your use of tools like Gantt charts, project management software, and techniques like critical path method, CPM. 32. How do you ensure that a project stays on budget? Explain your methods for monitoring expenses, forecasting costs, and implementing cost-saving measures. 33. What strategies do you use to manage project risks? Discuss risk identification, assessment, and mitigation strategies, including contingency planning. 34. How do you handle changes in project scope? Explain your process for evaluating change requests, assessing impacts, and communicating with stakeholders. 35. Describe your experience with project management software. Mention specific software you've used, for example, MS Project, Primavera, and how it helped you manage projects effectively. 36. What is your experience with contract management? Discuss your familiarity with contract types, negotiation, and compliance with contractual obligations. 37. How do you ensure compliance with safety regulations on a construction site? Talk about implementing safety protocols, conducting regular inspections, and training workers. 38. How do you handle conflicts between project stakeholders? Explain your approach to conflict resolution, including communication and negotiation skills. 39. What methods do you use to track project progress? Describe tools and techniques like progress reports, performance metrics, and milestone tracking. 40. How do you manage the procurement of materials and equipment? Discuss your approach to sourcing, vendor selection, and inventory management. Design and analysis. 41. How do you approach structural analysis for a new building design? Explain your process, including load calculations, modeling, and using analysis software. 42. What are the considerations for designing a sustainable building? Discuss energy efficiency, use of sustainable materials, and environmental impact. 43. How do you incorporate seismic design principles into your projects? Describe techniques like seismic analysis, designing for ductility, and incorporating earthquake-resistant features. 44. What is the role of wind load in structural design? Explain how wind loads affect building design and the methods used to ensure structural stability. 45. How do you approach the design of drainage systems? Discuss your considerations for storm water management, including capacity, flow rates, and materials. 46. What is a finite element analysis, FEA, and its application in civil engineering? FEA is a numerical method for solving complex structural problems by dividing a structure into smaller, simpler parts. 47. How do you ensure the structural integrity of a bridge design? Talk about load analysis, material selection, and compliance with design standards and codes. 48. What factors do you consider when designing a high-rise building? Consider structural stability, load distribution, wind loads, and seismic resistance. 49. Describe the process of designing a pavements. Include factors like load-bearing capacity, material selection, drainage, and maintenance considerations. 50. How do you approach the design of water treatment facilities? Discuss the considerations for capacity, treatment processes, and compliance with regulations. Construction techniques and materials. 51. What are the advantages and disadvantages of precast concrete? Advantages: faster construction, consistent quality. Disadvantages: high transportation costs, limited flexibility. 52. How does soil type affect construction methods? Different soil types affect foundation design, compaction, and load distribution. 53. What are the common methods of soil stabilization? Methods include compaction, adding stabilizers like lime or cement, and using geotextiles or geogrids. 54. How do you ensure quality control in construction materials? Discuss testing methods, certifications, and inspections for materials like concrete, steel, and asphalt. 55. What are the different types of concrete and their uses? Ordinary Portland cement concrete, high-strength concrete, lightweight concrete, and self-compacting concrete. Each has specific applications based on strength, weight, and workability requirements. 56. Explain the concept of formwork and its significance in concrete construction. Formwork is the temporary mold used to shape concrete until it sets and gains sufficient strength. Proper formwork ensures accurate dimensions and surface finish. 57. What are the benefits and limitations of using steel framing in construction? Benefits: high strength-to-weight ratio, flexibility in design. Limitations: susceptibility to corrosion, higher material costs compared to wood framing. 58. Describe the process and importance of concrete curing. Curing involves maintaining adequate moisture and temperature to ensure concrete achieves its desired strength and durability. It prevents cracking and ensures proper hydration of cement. 59. How do you address and manage construction waste? Discuss waste management strategies, such as recycling, reducing waste, and using sustainable materials. 60. What is the purpose of expansion joints in concrete structures? Expansion joints allow for thermal expansion and contraction, preventing cracking and structural damage due to temperature changes. 61. How does the selection of construction materials affect a project's sustainability? Material choices impact energy efficiency, environmental footprint, and long-term durability, affecting the overall sustainability of a project. 62. What are the key considerations for designing a sustainable drainage system? Considerations include managing runoff, promoting infiltration, and using environmentally friendly materials and techniques. 63. Describe the role and types of geosynthetics in civil engineering. Geosynthetics include geotextiles, geomembranes, and geogrids, used for soil reinforcement, drainage, and erosion control. Codes and standards. 64. What are some important codes and standards you follow in civil engineering? Examples include the American Society for Testing and Materials, ASTM, standards, the International Building Code, IBC, and Eurocodes. 65. How do you ensure compliance with local building regulations? Ensure familiarity with local codes, conduct thorough reviews of plans, and work closely with regulatory agencies. 66. What is the significance of the AISC in structural design? The American Institute of Steel Construction, ISC, provides standards and guidelines for the design, fabrication, and erection of steel structures. 67. How do you keep up with changes in building codes and standards? Regularly review updates from relevant organizations, participate in professional development, and subscribe to industry publications. 68. Describe the impact of new building codes on project design and construction. New codes can affect design requirements, material specifications, and construction practices, necessitating adjustments to meet updated standards. Environmental and safety considerations. 69. How do you incorporate environmental considerations into your projects? Considerations include minimizing environmental impact, using sustainable materials, and incorporating energy-efficient designs. 70. What are the common safety measures in construction sites? Safety measures include personal protective equipment, PPE, site inspections, safety training, and adherence to safety regulations. 71. How do you manage noise and dust control on construction sites? Implement measures like using dust suppressants, scheduling work to minimize disruption, and employing noise-reducing equipment. 72. What is the role of environmental impact assessments, EIAs, in civil engineering projects? EIAs evaluate potential environmental effects of a project and help in planning measures to mitigate negative impacts. 73. Describe methods for preventing soil erosion during construction. Methods include silt fences, erosion control blankets, and proper site grading and drainage. 74. How do you address potential contamination issues in soil and groundwater? Conduct site assessments, implement remediation strategies, and follow environmental regulations for contamination management. 75. What is the importance of storm water management in urban planning? Effective stormwater management reduces flooding, prevents water pollution, and protects natural resources. 76. How do you ensure the health and safety of workers on site? Ensure compliance with OSHA regulations, provide safety training, and implement safety protocols and emergency procedures. Advanced topics and emerging trends. 77. What are the latest advancements in structural engineering technology? Advancements include building information modeling, BIM, advanced materials, for example, fiber-reinforced polymers, and smart structures with sensor technology. 78. How does 3D printing impact civil engineering and construction? 3D printing can be used for rapid prototyping, creating custom construction elements, and potentially reducing material waste. 79. What is the role of artificial intelligence, AI, in civil engineering? AI can enhance design accuracy, optimize construction processes, and improve project management through data analysis and predictive modeling. 80. Describe the benefits and challenges of using prefabrication in construction. Benefits: faster construction, improved quality control. Challenges: transportation costs, limited design flexibility. 81. How do you assess the performance of new construction materials and technologies? Conduct testing and analysis, review industry research, and evaluate performance through pilot projects and case studies. 82. What is the significance of resilience engineering in infrastructure design? Resilience engineering focuses on designing infrastructure to withstand and recover from extreme events, such as natural disasters. 83. How do smart cities integrate civil engineering principles with technology? Smart cities use technology to enhance infrastructure efficiency, improve transportation systems, and optimize resource management. 84. What are the implications of climate change for civil engineering projects? Climate change can affect design considerations, increase the frequency of extreme weather events, and necessitate adaptive measures for infrastructure resilience. 85. How do you approach designing for accessibility in civil engineering projects? Incorporate universal design principles, ensure compliance with accessibility standards, and consider the needs of all users. Professional practice and ethics. 86. How do you handle ethical dilemmas in your engineering practice? Discuss your commitment to ethical standards, transparency, and making decisions based on the best interest of the public and project integrity. 87. What is the role of a civil engineer in ensuring project sustainability? Ensure that projects meet environmental, economic, and social sustainability criteria through careful planning and design. 88. How do you manage client expectations and communication? Regularly update clients, manage project scope, and ensure clear and transparent communication throughout the project lifecycle. 89. What is your approach to professional development and lifelong learning? Engage in continuous education, pursue certifications, and participate in industry conferences and workshops. 90. How do you balance technical expertise with project management responsibilities? Manage responsibilities by delegating tasks, prioritizing effectively, and leveraging your technical knowledge to make informed decisions. 91. Describe your experience with interdisciplinary collaboration on projects. Work effectively with architects, environmental engineers, and other professionals to ensure integrated and successful project outcomes. 92. What are your strategies for maintaining work-life balance in a demanding field? Discuss time management, setting boundaries, and making time for personal interests and family. 93. How do you handle project documentation and reporting? Ensure thorough and accurate documentation, maintain organized records, and prepare clear and comprehensive reports. 94. What is your experience with public engagement and community relations in projects? Engage with the community through meetings, public consultations, and addressing concerns to build positive relationships and ensure project success. 95. How do you manage project conflicts and resolve disputes? Utilize conflict resolution techniques, seek mutually agreeable solutions, and involve mediation if necessary. 96. What role does innovation play in your engineering practice? Emphasize your commitment to adopting new technologies and methods to improve project outcomes and solve complex challenges. 97. How do you ensure that your work meets the highest standards of quality and excellence? Adhere to best practices, conduct regular reviews and inspections, and seek feedback to continuously improve. 98. What strategies do you use to mentor and develop junior engineers? Provide guidance, share knowledge and experiences, and support their professional growth through training and feedback. 99. How do you approach ethical decision-making in complex engineering scenarios? Consider the implications of decisions on stakeholders, adhere to ethical standards, and seek advice when needed. 100. What are your long-term career goals in civil engineering? Discuss your aspirations for advancing in your career, contributing to innovative projects, and making a positive impact on the field. These questions cover a broad range of topics relevant to civil engineering, from technical knowledge to project management and professional practice. Preparing for these questions can help you demonstrate your expertise and readiness for a civil engineering role. Please do subscribe. Civil Engineering Shylus Updates. Thanks for watching and congratulations for your endeavors.